George Washington needs to look to go north-south a bit more. Too much side-to-side running, not enough attacking.
Exactly, and we saw Stanford, as soon as they ran onto the ball with speed, they created that first try, and that's exactly what George Washington need. This time they kicked for the line out. They had a penalty there, so got a sub coming onto the field, and that's Tanya Kutsa. She did that kick.
Excellent line out from George Washington. Oh, the referee's going to say it's not straight. Looked okay from this angle.
Yeah, tough call. That was a good throw. They got nice height as well. It's got to go down the channel, though, so in between the teams. So Stanford now will have a scrum. Spoke about Matt Sherman earlier, been involved with the All-American 7s, 15s teams. He's done a good job with both the men's and women's sides. And now a chance in their hand at 7s. Really exciting stuff to see 7s in the Olympics in 2016. Really helped the development of the game here in the US.
Absolutely. I think that's opened a lot of doors for rugby as a whole with the Olympic inclusion.
Nice hook back. Now they got some space to move. That's a try scorer cutting back in. Mara looking for user speed on the outside.
Dangerous.
Got wheels on her and a great
pass inside.
Chelsea Harris streaks through, and that is superb play from their own try line.
Great work by Stanford.
Harris to Mara, back inside to Harris, and now all of a sudden it's 12-0 Champagne Rugby.
We watch this replay here. Fantastic running lines and support lines by the Stanford players. A lot of times when you have a player as dynamic as Sarah Maurer, she gets a breakaway and her teammates are content to let her go, but it was good on Chelsea Harris to follow that up, and she was rewarded with the try.
Oh, absolutely. Harris, a former volleyball player as well, showing her skills in support line running. Beautiful stuff. And Stanford was an at-large bid. That's how they got here. They came in second at the Stanford Invitational, and they lost to Cal. But as we saw, Cal have got obviously some decent players, and Stanford now have shown that they belong here. Wobbly little kick. It bounces up okay. Washington now seems to rumble it up the middle of the field. Setting up a good ruck. They've got somebody on the short side. Here she comes, fresh legs. Matador setting it up on the sideline. Oh, almost into the referee. Manages to break free. Oh, lovely offload.
Antonio Kutzer with the ball.
What lovely deft offload. She runs a little bit across field though. Had 3-on-1 there if she could draw somebody. And the one-person counter ruck is good. Does Stanford have possession here? Looking to go all the way on the outside. Oh, long-ranging strides.
This is Esther Melton.
Esther Melton won't be caught. The defenders couldn't catch her. Well-worked try, and she must be tired.
She was. She couldn't even get it over to the center. She just got that try zone and was done.
Collapsing over the try line. Wonderful work for her team. And you saw that wonderful counter ruck, a one-person counter ruck, and all that hard work that George Washington put in now results in a try for Stanford.
John Kokinda-esque on that counter ruck. Middlesex Barbarian player in the Eagles 7s pool.
You watch the replay, just those long strides, the defenders can't catch her. Over she goes. Conversion underneath the uprights. So it's 19-0 at halftime in this pool clash. So coaches will be coming on, getting a bit of water, see what they can do. So stay with us. Might have a quick break and be right back for the second half.
onto the field, a freshman from Rochester, New York, my hometown. I know that there's some people watching in Rochester, New York, watching Valerie. Brian Hensel, big Valerie Chen fan.
And Stanford with that 19-0 lead look to seal up this pool. Done very well today. George Washington kicking off on the left of your screen. Here we go. Stanford look to mount attack. Little step and offload. Oh, just goes overhead. She didn't want anything to do with that pass. And almost intercepted there from George Washington. So if you just joined us here, we're at the National Championship, the College Sevens for USA Rugby. Join the conversation on Twitter using the hashtag handle College Sevens. Get involved there, and you can also check us out on Facebook. We've got a whole lot of matches coming after this. We've got 6 pool matches for the men shortly after this match here. Ball's hacked through here. It's a real chance.
Good chance for George Washington. Elena Clark has the ball carrier held up in the try zone. It's going to be a 5-meter scrum for George Washington. This is going to be their best attacking opportunity of the game.
Lots of good pressure there coming through. Let's see if they can generate the width, the speed onto the ball to score here. Watch for the playmaker, number 5, Antonia Kutzer. She has played soccer, indoor track, and lacrosse. She really has been a handful for this George Washington team. Ball squirts out. Doesn't connect. Oh, monstrous tackle.
Big hit by Jessica Smith.
Wow. Oh, and another massive tackle. Now advantage. That's a player we set to watch out for. She gets smashed into touch. 3 huge tackles in a row, Pat.
Stanford showing some real physicality on defense. Not a big team either.
No, but just determination and timing of the tackles as well. It's so important. Now we have the AR coming to the field, so something may have happened. Maybe perhaps a player was slung to the ground. I saw somebody hit the head a little bit.
AR is Jonathan Botha, local referee.
Might be something to do with that tackle we saw earlier. I don't know if we have a chance to get a replay on that tackle, but referee's having a quick talk, and it might be a penalty going the way of George Washington. So this doesn't eat up time on the clock, even though the time, the scoreboard is ticking away. This is referee's time.
And it is going to be a penalty, Dallin.
Okay, there we go.
Not wrapping in the tackle.
So well spotted there from the AR. Giving the referee a hand. Little dummy switch. Skip pass.
Again, too much side to side for George Washington. Not enough north-south attack.
And an intercept. Oh, Stanford could go all the way here. One of their fresh legs on the field. She might not have the gas. Stays in field, sets a ruck on that side of the field. They need to move it to the left. There's nobody defending on that side. No, they attack the short side again. Not the right option.
Stanford's got to be communicating there.
So bundled into touch. Getting away with the ball there is George Washington. So they'll get an opportunity to attack from there. But wow, that's right. The lateral running from side to side really doesn't create an impact on the defenses, and in fact, intercept pass thrown, and all of a sudden Stanford way on attack. Host of subs coming here by 5 different players. Mia Hutchinson coming in here for Stanford. And line out this time is straight. It goes over the top though, so Stanford claim it. Nice, solid defensive tackle.
Number 10, Win-Win with the ball. Heck of a name. She might be on the all-name team. Win-Win.
Oh, Win-Win there with the possession. Running a bit laterally as well. Placed on the ground. Yep, got to release the ball now. Turnover is good. Oh, solid shoulder tackle. Physicality is impressive. One hand, looks for the dummy. Win-Win gets slipped on that tackle. Ball's beautifully laid back. Washington now trying to find a little space. A couple of holes appearing now.
Amber Drew with the break.
And Amber looking for the offload. She finds it.
That's going to be forward.
Just a second too late. It was looking very promising. The crowd was coming alive.
Bulk of the play this half has been in the Stanford end. George Washington just hasn't been able to translate the pressure and territory into points.
That's right. It's been a scoreless half so far. Matt Sherman looking on, getting some fresh legs in there. Sherman was a very handy flyer in his day. Very slow, like a parked car, but had great skills. Stanford scrum. Ball comes out cleanly under all sorts of pressure, though. They retain possession. Win of the ball now. She throws the pass, goes backwards. A little bit of speed on the outside. Cuts in through. Nice tackle there from Kutsa. Now they got space.
Tons of space for Stanford out wide. They got to use it.
Oh! Just the handling lets them down, but the spacing was great. And running onto the ball at good speed as well. That was the try scorer from the first half. Mara. So a minute left. Feel like the last chance here for George Washington for them to kind of put some points on the board. A couple of interesting facts here from Rachel Oberly, number 1 for George Washington. She was told never to try drop kicking again by a referee in high school.
Well, I think that actually happened in a basketball game, Dallin, so that's not a surprise.
Fair enough, fair enough. So early scrum drive, which you can't do. The ball has to go in first, so it's a free arm, a short arm penalty for Stanford. Players not realizing what's going on, and she's away. Kutsner comes for the tackle. She's been solid all day long. Wow. And manages to tackle the opposite player into touch. So it'll be a turnover in possession.
Clearly, Antonia Kutzer has been the standout player for George Washington.
Oh, she has indeed. The former soccer star, her athleticism all round, great defensive player, and then also being one of the most creative players too. So let's see if they can get the ball here in the last movement of the game. Ball gets thrown wildly over the top, and actually may work out for them. Stab through. Stanford can just hoof this out, or they can carry on playing. The last play, they're up 19-0. A little bit of lateral side-to-side shuffling and obstruction as well. So unintentional obstruction, so it'll be a scrum, and that could be the last play of the game. Referee has optional time on his clock.
Remember, there was that stoppage for the penalty in consultation with the AR, so our scoreboard clock here is off from what the referee has on his watch, and he's the one who keeps the time.
That's right. Great call. There we go. They didn't push early, so now the ball gets hooked cleanly.
Good distribution by Kutzer.
Hitting the line at some good speed. Wins over the ball there. They may have forced a win, but not coming from the directly last person's foot. Kutcher again, she's looking for the inside pass. Oh, lovely play.
Good line.
Oh, but they lost possession, unfortunately. Got to take care of that ball. So Stanford have a chance. Oh, she was thrown to the ground heavily, and that's hit her head. That's not good to see at all. Hopefully she'll be okay. It's a hard surface out there, and that's the game. Our thoughts are with her. Hope she's going to be okay there. And it is 19-0. Stanford take this pool match, and they're commanding lead in their pool. And coming up next, we have Central Washington University in the men's division versus Auburn University. That should be a good clash as well. 6 men's matches in a row coming up next. So don't go away, rugby fans. We'll be right back after a potential break.